Please welcome Justin Pang.
Hi, everybody. I'd love to start out by playing a game with everyone. It's a game called Human or Technology. So if you don't mind, please stand up. And how this game is going to work is I'm going to name a few activities and would like you, even in the nosebleeds back there, to name out what you think does it better, technology or human. Are you ready? All right, let's go. Number 1, sorting mail. Number 2, solving a math problem. Number 3, playing chess. Number 4, curating a playlist. Number 5, driving from your home to the office. Number 6, performing surgery. All right, thanks so much. Give yourselves a hand and have a seat. Clearly a lot of consensus in the room. But from the responses, it's pretty clear that we agree technology is really good at performing routine, analytical, information-driven tasks. But what about more complex ideas and more complex activities like changing lanes on a busy highway or hearing trends in your favorite songs? Increasing evidence shows that they too are becoming technology-dominant activities. Pandora has already codified all of the world's music into 450 attributes that it uses to create the perfect playlist for you. Google expects self-driving cars to become publicly available within 5 years. That's insane. A couple years ago, this would have been like science fiction. And nanotechnology has already proven to effectively repair damaged arteries in our bodies without us ever having to go to the operating room. The pace of technological change is mind-blowing. So as technology gets stronger, better, faster, and starts to do more of what we can do, what are humans going to be good for? I think that this is a tremendously important question that we need to answer, not just from a philosophical point of view, but from a very practical one. Answering this question will allow us to know where to focus our time, our energy, our resources on the areas that will remain valuable regardless of how powerful technology gets. And to answer this question, I think we need to look into what humans' comparative advantage is over technology. So to illustrate this idea, let's divide the room into two and say that everybody on this side of the room lives in Hawaii. You guys don't sound excited to live in Hawaii, come on. And everybody on this side of the room lives in Bordeaux, France. All right, pretty excited too. So the idea of comparative advantage says that everybody in Hawaii should be producing what you're relatively better at. In this case, let's say pineapples. And everybody in Bordeaux should be producing what you're relatively better at. In this case, let's say wine. They're thirsty. By focusing on what we're really good at and ultimately partnering with each other, we're able to create more total value in the world than if we tried to do everything ourselves. So if technology's comparative advantage is performing those routine, analytical, information-driven tasks, and it started to even increase in scope to what it can do, what is humans' comparative advantage? I believe the first advantage that we have is our imagination. Many of the world's most successful companies today were born out of this imagination of the founders that started their companies. At Google, Larry Page and Sergey Brin imagined what the perfect search engine would look like. They combined web crawler technology, ranking methods from academia, and a simple user interface to create Google search. At Apple, Steve Jobs imagined what the future of the phone would look like by combining the MP3 player, camera, and phone, and wrapping it into a beautiful device. Apple birthed the iPhone. By using their imagination and combining separate and even opposing ideas, Steve Jobs, Larry Page, and Sergey Brin have been able to create immense value in the world today. Their companies combined are worth over $1 trillion. That's mind-blowing. But we don't see this type of imaginative thinking only in business or only in technology. We see it in a lot of other areas too. Like how Picasso combined the idea of deconstruction with his inspiration after seeing African tribal masks. This is what he used to create his masterpieces. Or like how Walt Disney combined his love for animation with his passion for full-length movies to create some of the most classic children's film out there. So if we are to add value in the future, we need to take on the role as creative partners to technology. We need to start approaching problems like a rookie, always keeping our mind open and curious. We need to expose ourselves to new environments and new people to maybe spark that new idea. And we need to continue to test and iterate these ideas in our real life, not just keeping it in our head. We need to test these at our job, in our homes, at the gym, everywhere else. And it doesn't matter, if you're an accountant, an engineer, a doctor, a salesperson, a nurse, a teacher. We're all inherently creative beings. Now, I remember being in kindergarten, and one day we were asked to write a journal. I decided to pick up a pen and just scribble all over the page, because that's just how I felt when I was 5. My teacher came up to me the next day and said, "Justin, what have you done here?" I looked her in the eye and said, "Abstract art." She was not impressed and told me to redo the assignment the very next day. But it's moments like these where our imagination dies just a little bit, and we start telling ourselves, hey, maybe I'm not that creative. But we need to remember that we're all born artists. And for us to thrive in the age of powerful technology, we'll need to embrace this inner artist like never before and create something new every day. The second advantage that we have over technology is our emotion. One of my favorite films of 2013 is the movie Her. In the film, you watch a man fall deeply in love with his operating system. You watch him go through a roller coaster of emotions. It's a beautiful film. But as lovely as that idea is, I find it really hard to believe that humans will ever deeply connect with technology. Why? Because our brain's most advanced capability is also the most difficult for technology to replicate. That is, our emotional intelligence, or our ability to empathize, our ability to interact properly in social situations, our ability to simply just get a joke told by a friend. One of my favorite people to follow on Instagram is a New York artist by the name of The Fat Jewish. I simply love his ability to connect with us using humor, and would actually like to go through a couple of his recent posts today. This first one, we have, "I birthed the most judgmental baby. And this baby is all, 'Is that what you're wearing to dinner?'" And here we have the extremely rare Kardashian tree. And my favorite, "Stand up against racial stereotypes." Can I get an amen? That laughter, lightness, sense of joy that we feel, this is our gift as humans. Or we can take another example. And if you don't mind, just close your eyes for a second. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And think about somebody that you love. Think about somebody who loves you. You can open your eyes. That feeling that we have is a gift that we possess as humans. Aristotle said, man is a social animal. And yes, technology is going to be there to connect us, but it'll never replace us. If we want to thrive in a world with powerful technology, Maybe instead of keeping our heads down on our phones, we need to lift our eyes up to each other. And maybe instead of getting joy out of the things that we buy, we need to get joy out of the smiles that we create. By tapping into our ability to laugh, to cry, to love, and even to loathe, we'll be able to do things that no machine will ever do. In closing, as technology progresses, we'll need to tap into our human gifts like never before. My hope is that we take it as a goal to both create and connect every single day. And if we do, we'll build a future that we can all be excited about. Thank you.